Bang Bang Pizza Skulls and SHMACKEMAGOB. Hey, look who I have with us. The head chef of the Heavy Metal Kitchen, Nina. How you doing, Nina?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Um, now you are here to talk about Creatures Fest because you were there, and my
Yes.
my nose is itchy. I don't know why. I think it's strands on my hair. Anyway, so let's start from the very beginning, right when you landed. What went on right when you got to the fest? Like it was at the same hotel we met at, right?
Yes, same hotel. It's this I wrote on my YouTube page, I wrote the wrong name and whatever, but yeah, it was great. It was actually, to be honest, the pool party was going on and it was in full swing, and I wasn't really, to be honest, I wasn't having a great time. I thought, well, whatever. It was hard to see any of the performers from way back. It's by a pool, so there's no stage. And I could actually see more from the room, but it was okay. I was just like, whatever. But then my friend showed up on Saturday and the Expo opened, and that's when all the fun started. I had the best weekend. I had the best time. And it all started Saturday morning. And a lot of people were waiting in line. So we had a bunch of people waiting in line for Ace, for his meet and greet. And then we had at the time, there was always something going on. But at the time, it was right before quarantine. They did a fan jam. So went over to Expo City for that, looked at all the junk, bought a few things, and then watched that and had a great time.
Quarantine, by the way, is Chris Jericho's band, not
Yes,
not the actual Quarantine, because
right, right.
that was years ago and that started.
That's right. That's over now. So I just saw that, it's hard to do everything because there was something going on every second. I've never been to a festival like this. Usually there's lags, but this thing was just something's happening. So you didn't get to see everything, which was fine. You could pick and choose.
So at the pool party when you got there, that where it was obstructed because you sent me a picture, and then you got really good. That was the same day where Ace was playing unplugged. The pool party.
Yes. Yeah, you had to go around the gates, and like there was like uh, a grassy area where you could get up on there and take a better film than you could in the gates of the pool itself.
Right on. So day one already, you get there and Ace is playing.
Ace is playing. Yep. Yeah, it picked up when Ace started, but it was just I couldn't, can't really see anything. So, and it's just everyone. I don't know. There wasn't a real. Nobody was really talking to each other. It seemed kind of. I mean, not bad, but it just seemed stiff. If that
Right.
makes sense.
A weird vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So then day two after the Ace meet and greet, what was the first show at night? I mean, day two, was that a Saturday?
Day two was a Saturday. Yeah.
All right. So day one, it was only the pool party.
Yeah. That's well. No, it was Ace. I'm sorry. That night, Ace and had his show, and they had Peter come on stage. I did get some film of that, which is on my Sony, which I haven't downloaded yet.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I mean Nina's YouTube page, the Heavy Metal Kitchen. She will be uploading a lot of stuff on there from the Creatures Fest. So do yourself a favor and subscribe to her channel or forever suck, right, Nina?
That's right. That's right.
And
Yeah.
okay, so Ace played. Ace headlined the first night.
Right. Ace headlined the first night, and Peter came up and did two songs, and he did "Hard Luck Woman" and um,
Strange
"Strange,
Ways.
Strange Ways." Yep, and that was great. Um, and it was just a typical Ace show.
Right.
I went to bed after that, and the next morning, like I said, it was maybe I just needed sleep. Maybe the pool party was cool, but anyway, so it picked up as Saturday went on.
Okay, so then were there like any events during the daytime that people took part in, or was that all like started in the evening?
It started in the morning, 10 o'clock. The expo opened, and by the time you know, you end up talking to people, and you just lose track of time. So I don't know when I rolled in there. And I didn't even see Quarantine, but I did see the fan jam, and I did go around to the vendors and whatnot, and I took some pictures and all that.
Oh man, you just
Yeah.
wasted a lot of money because the for me the greatest thing ever, not only of Creatures Fest, but ever in the history of the world was seeing Quarantine do Silver Spoon off Hot in the Shade.
Yeah, and you know, Peter's band was there as well. They were really, I was hanging out with them a little Friday night. Sister's Doll.
I mean, I saw clips of Peter come out to a couple songs. Did he do it like a full set, or was just a couple songs? Because I saw him do "Don't Let Me Down" and some song I don't even know.
And that was while I was waiting to see Vinny. That was on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
All right, so there's the expo. There's like a lot of, I'm sure, Kiss stuff, Kiss swag to buy.
Yeah, and I have it on my video. I mean, you name it, it was there. Just paintings. There was everything a Kiss nerd would think of, could possibly think of, more than I've ever seen. I've been to the expos, the New York one, the Philly one. I've never seen anything like this. It was packed. And in my video, they actually built some sort of tent add-on. It wasn't a tent. It was like, you know, made of plastic, like a dome. Did you watch the video?
What, the one you sent me?
No, the one that I put on YouTube with it shows the outside of the place, and you can see what.
No, but I will after this. So you still got many more to put up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So go to her page. She's already got some up. So subscribe so you'll get, and click that notification bell when she puts up newer stuff. So Saturday was the expo. Then at night, Ace Frehley played. And did anybody else play? Any other bands?
Saturday was Quarantine, and it was all the meet and greets. And then that night, Saturday night, was the headliner was Vinny and the Holy Trinity of guitar players, which was, you know, it's Vinny would start, and then it would be the three of them.
Is it true that you did not see Quarantine because you couldn't fit in the room because of Chris Jericho's ego?
No, I didn't even see him at all. I think he flew in just like a quick, I didn't see anybody from him, and I didn't see any of his fans. Nobody even really talked about that part.
You didn't see any of his fans because he has none. Thank you. All right, so Quarantine, Ace Frehley, and some other band played, right?
Yep.
All right, and then after that, all right, I don't know if you saw this clip, man. I was talking about this yesterday, my friend. There was a karaoke clip, and I hope, you know, I don't know where it was, but I hope I find it again. There was this like Kiss dork, right, with a plastic guitar, and he actually, like, I can't remember I think they were playing actually a Kiss song I like, but during it, he did the little, I don't know if it's Let's Put the XX or Makes Me Rock Hard. He did the Paul Stanley dance where Paul Stanley goes sideways going like this.
Oh, there was a lot of that going on. Video camera.
I'm telling you, you know, everybody out there, I know this channel is very Kiss oriented, and you know, a lot of my followers are Kiss fans, but you know, I got to be honest with everybody. You know, I am so embarrassed to be a Kiss fan. Seeing shit like that, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, but well, then the next night, was, oh boy. I mean, I'll talk about what I see from my video from, you know, and here's the thing I gotta stress to people that I'll give you an example. When I saw Ace Frehley open for Alice Cooper, I went on Facebook Live for a second to film a little Ace, and Ace was kicking ass. He was awesome, and somebody left a comment going, "Damn, that shit sucks." And I'm like, you can't tell how good shit is on YouTube. You have to be there. You have to, you know, the vibe of the people, the sound, it's just on the phone, on my shitty phone, it'll look like it's crap. Now, the Vinny thing, now, correct me if I'm wrong. Judging by the video, one of the clips I got, did Vinny start playing before the doors opened?
Yeah, let me explain that to you. How I remember it, okay? Up here. It's all up here. So show was supposed to start at 7. So everyone was in line at like 5 o'clock. It was insane. I've never, for 8, they did not pack like that. They were going around the freaking hotel, down the elevator. I mean, it was ridiculous. So I said, well, why are we, then we found out there was a delay and people waited and, they separated there was a certain door for each, the Holy Trinity, and I was in the cheap general admission seat. So it was fine. You talk to people and the time goes by, and maybe it was about I remember waiting a little over an hour in the line. And I thought to myself, you know what? I know what's going to happen. I already know. We're going to walk in, it's going to be dark, and it's just going to be exactly like his other shows. You know that I've attended his other shows, so I'm used to the deal.
Wait a second. When you went to the other show, like the birthday bash shit, it was the same. Like he was playing before you guys went in.
Yes, remember that? I told you that we all went in the hall. Okay, we waited in the hall, and then we were led down the hall, and then we went in. The room was dark, and there were stage lights, and he was standing there shredding, and we all just stood around. It was just very surreal because we didn't know what to expect. Well, think of all those people in line. They didn't know what to expect. But I didn't know this was going to happen. I thought this would be like a regular show. I didn't think he'd do what he did anyway. So all of a sudden,
I hate to cut you off, but this was billed initially as Vinnie Vincent playing with a band and doing the set list of the Rio show of the Creatures of the Night tour. That was what was said or promised by the organizer. I mean, do you know what happened that it just became like karaoke with no band and him just playing up there? I mean, did they explain that, or was it one of these things that Vinny just changes his mind at the last minute?
I don't know. I did talk his sound guys. I spent time with them after the show, and there were a lot of questions I didn't ask, just because I didn't feel it was important to ask. I just wanted to know how difficult. Well, anyway, let's get back to the story. I'll tell you about that later. So we're getting close to the door, and the room is filling up, and I can hear him shredding, and I'm thinking, oh wow, this is going to be just like one of his events. And all of a sudden, the guy at the door, big fucking guy, excuse me, was holding a basket saying, "Put it in here, put it in here." So I see people putting their phone cameras and stuff in. So I put my camera in, my Sony camera that I just bought, and I put it in there and walked in, and all of a sudden I see flashlights everywhere, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? This is kind of weird. I'm not expecting this. When you walk into a show, it's a very it's a visual, you're hearing, it's a whole sensory thing. But we're just standing there. It's a dark stage, and Vinny is standing up on top of the tank, no drums, and I'm just kind of looking around like, what? Something's different. This is not a typical concert, and I'm sure most people thought that. I had already known what he does, so this didn't surprise me as much. But people were just like, what? Huh? And then all of a sudden I see the flashlights going around, and the security was slapping phones out of people's hands and getting in people's faces and yelling and kicking people out. And I said, oh my God, I was distracted from the show just because of all that nonsense that was going on. And, the typical Kiss fans are, half of them are, already having a few drinks. So they don't care. They're holding up their cameras and like whatever, and they were getting a really shitty treatment by the security.
Yeah, well, this is how it looks like to me, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like the night before when Ace played, everybody's filming it, everybody's fine. But when Vinny plays, it wasn't told that you couldn't film it till you got to the door?
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, it was very confusing. And some people said there wasn't a basket to put your phone, and they weren't told. So I don't know. Like I said, there were multiple lines. in my line, they said something just as you got to the threshold of the door. And I was not expecting it. And, you know, when you, especially with the camera, you know, it's not worth a lot, but it's like, wow. I just, if I known, I wouldn't have brought it down. I would have left it in the room.
Exactly. I mean, that's very, very poor, you know, just management of the show, that they don't make you aware that, look, you can't film Vinny, because by not saying that ahead of time caused a lot of mayhem. I saw like a clip of like a rent-a-cop girl slapping the phone out of one dude's hand, who, by the way, left a comment on the video going, "I was that dude." And you know, it's just, what the hell, man? I mean, everybody would have just left their cameras up in their room, and
Right.
because everybody was under the impression of, hey, I filmed Ace last night, I'm now going to go film Vinny.
Exactly. Yes.
That's
So
bullshit, man.
yeah, it would have been nice to be communicated. Like I said, I'm familiar with what he does, so I'm kind of used to that, but I wasn't told any different. So anyway, so there he's up there shredding for a while, I guess about 20 minutes. But
You call it shredding, I call it scribbling.
okay.
Look, Nina. Here's the deal. And I've said this even on the video I put up. What Vinny does is appealing to a lot of people. A lot of people love that scribbling stuff, you know? And I respect anybody's opinion. If you like it, more power to you. That's great, you know? And what I saw in the video was no different than what he did in the 80s. I mean, the guy still can play exactly like he did back then.
Mm-hmm.
Not, for me, nonsensical scribbling, but either way, a lot of people think it's awesome. And it just boggles my mind how this guy comes to Miami, does this like a deer in the headlights type of, you know, performance where he does no solos, that he gives the impression of people that he can't play no more. But he can, and he doesn't want anybody to see that he can, which is weird to me. It's strange. Now, the comments I got, yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, he sucks. He's a Look, man, you could say this. If you think he sucked on Creatures Fest, and I'm judging by the video I saw, then what's the difference between Vinnie Vincent's Invasion, All System Go, you know, scribbling that he did then, and you know, and what he did at Creatures Fest? I mean, I'm defending the guy here.
Yeah, oh, I know. And in your video, you clearly said, you know, he's playing no different than he did in the 80s. If you like that kind of stuff, which I know you don't, I know that already. And even, you know, even so, even if you said he sucks or whatever, that's, you know, and that's your opinion. That's cool.
He's an amazing songwriter. He's an amazing singer. Me, I would love for him to sing.
Oh, me too.
And play guitar like he did on Creatures and Lick It Up, because I love his guitar playing on there. You know, I mean, obviously it must have been Paul and Gene that put a muzzle on his, you know, scribbling, but I think the guy's pretty much a genius.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, I mean, this is my opinion. I know a lot of people will be like, genius, blah. But my point of the matter is that guy's got such talent that he just refuses to use. Even that Invasion album, which I don't like at all. I mean, you take away the cat torture vocals and the ridiculous shredding. Buried in there are very good songs. No Substitute, Animal. What's that other one? Twisted. There's some great songs on there, but it's, I mean, for me, I know a lot of people like it. I'm just saying, it's just covered with a bunch of, you know, stuff that's not appealing to me. That, man, Vinny, for me, man, I mean, if he would ever take direction on an actual producer, you know, I wonder who produced those Vinnie Vincent albums. Do you know? Was it him?
It was Michael J. Jackson, I thought was,
Really?
yeah.
Because I know he did the Kiss albums.
all systems go.
Oh wow. Well, either way, it just boggles my mind how this guy doesn't, use his talent, in a way that would be appealing to because here's the deal: the hardcore people that love Vinnie Vincent, love the scribbling, love the cat torture vocals, love all that stuff, will love him as well if he gets rid of all these elements that annoy the hell out of the majority of people. Because I am the majority. Because think about it, man. He was signed to a big label. He should have sold so many damn records, and he could have, because he
Yeah,
had the songs, man. But
yeah,
whatever. But anyway, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just giving my 2 cents here, Nina.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, there were a lot of people like, what's going on? And like I said, all the flashlights and all the security, and then it was I wasn't able to focus because of that. It was interfering with my attention. So after that, Bruce comes out and they start playing.
Was it War Machine?
Yeah, they started with War Machine, and the two of them played. Vinny stood on the tank, and Bruce was down there, and they played that song. But the weird thing is, and people were a little surprised. I heard people saying, where are the drums? And then the vocals kick in. No, I'm sorry. Wait, rewind that part. After Vinny started shredding, they started playing "I Love It Loud," and what happened was all the people that are working for the show come out on the stage and start dancing to "I Love It Loud," and you see Todd Kearns on the microphone, and you think he's going to sing, and he doesn't. So it was very confusing because I'm waiting for the vocals, and then all of a sudden I hear Gene singing, and I'm like, what? So right there, I was confused because I didn't know what was happening. And then I said, and so they were running tracks, and everyone was dancing, and I know Vinny likes to have everybody up there, and he's done that at his past parties. So that was no surprise in a way, but I wasn't used to the tracks. I wasn't prepared for that. But after that, Bruce came out, and that's when they did War Machine, and they played it together, and the tracks again. And then Ace comes out. Now this is the part I want to get right because I was right there. Ace comes out, and he's unrehearsed. We all know that he doesn't rehearse before these things, typically. At least that's what I hear. And he comes out and says, they're trying to start Cold Gin. And then it was confusing whether it was supposed to be Deuce or Cold Gin. And he can't hear well, we know that. And then it's just everything stopped. And he said, I'm used to playing with a drummer. I'm used to playing with a drummer, not where's the fucking drummer or anything belligerent or anything like that. I'm used to playing with a drummer. So the guy that was running the drum track, played it louder so he could hear it, and he did. And they did Cold Gin, but then he started with Deuce instead. So it was a little bit of a stop there. And then they started, and then they finally did Cold Gin. They all played together, all three of them, and Ace did the solo. And then they went into Deuce, and there was a guy playing bass. I think he works for Vinny, I'm not sure. And he was singing parts, and then Ace was singing parts of Cold Gin. And that was it. That was the end of that, the three of them.
Was there anything that happened after that event, like karaoke, or was that like a cap of the night?
That was the cap of the night. That was the end.
Okay, all right. So then, what happens the final day? Was the Vinnie Vincent meet and greet the final day on the last day?
Wait, hold on a second. I I got to think. Oh, so being that this started late, Vixen was supposed to go on, and I think it was Vixen and someone else. So everything got a little later than planned. So I didn't see Vixen. So that wasn't just Vinny and the Holy Trinity guitar players. There was another event after that got pushed back. But I was exhausted. It was a long day. I went to bed.
Okay. When was Vinny's meet and greet on Sunday?
When Vinny's meet and greet was Sunday at 3 p.m.
Where? Yeah.
This was the thing. It was you know that I got I had things to get signed, and I just would go into the line, and then I would see where we are in the line, and then I come back. So I was not going anywhere. So if I was the last one, which I was, that was fine. And I did other things. But if that was the problem, one of the problems was the meet and greet lines, because they had one line for photographs, and then they'd have another line form for the meet and greet, the signing the albums. And a lot of people wanted to pay extra to get something else signed that wasn't included in the deal. And that's when that's what took the time, was paying for things, paying an extra for this, that. Had somebody gone around to the line and said, here's what we have to offer. What would you like? And did the transaction there, I think it would have gone faster. And that's my 2 cents.
All right. When you met him, were you smart and held on to your pocketbook real tight so he wouldn't snatch it? Don't answer that. It's a joke. It's a joke. I don't want to piss off Meredith. I mean, Vinny, that is an inside joke. Do you know the Meredith story?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll forget. We'll pass by that. But all right. So, but you and Vinny are friends. I mean, he's cool with you, and so he was happy to see you, I'm sure.
Well, when I saw him I was the last one, and he was exhausted. He had been doing it for 7 hours, so he looked pretty tired, and he said, the first thing he said to me was, "How did you like the show?" And I can't, and I said, okay, what do I say? And I did tell him that I had spoke to Steven after the show the next morning, and there was a couple of things that basically the distraction of the security guys I thought was a problem. I thought they were too rough. I thought that they were, I used the word Rambo, ninja, cop, what did I call them? RoboCops. And they were tough, and they were like swatting people, and they were getting in their faces, and it could have been violent. Somebody could have gotten hurt, and that distracted me, and it kind of upset me. And he said, well, they have to be that way. That's the way they have to be. And yeah, I get that to an extent, but now if this was a different group, like, KISS people, sometimes they look a little wild, but they're very nice people. I don't know. I mean,
oh yeah, it's not like Pantera and Slayer fans. You swat the camera out of their hands, you're gonna get a beat down. But that's a problem. What you're talking about is, like, you finally see him, Vinny, which most people there have never seen him before, and they're huge fans, and all of a sudden they're distracted by a bunch of RoboCops slapping people around and slapping phones and this and that. That's just the weakest shit ever. I mean, it should have been announced at least a day before. Look, can't film Vinny. Don't take cameras in there.
But thankfully, the audience was understanding. Nobody started any problems. There was, like, everyone, even when people got kicked out, they were not being kicked out and yelling, and it was very passive, and that was good. But you're right. If it was a different artist, maybe it wouldn't have been that way.
No, and you really think about it, if they would have warned people, like, under no circumstances you could have filmed, none of it would have leaked. You know what I'm saying? None of it would have leaked.
Yeah.
But because people went in there because I saw literally people rushing in with their phones out, walking in with their phones already filming. I mean, that alone, you're going to get footage. And Vinny doesn't want footage. It's just very
And
odd to
back
me.
to that. So back to that, at the end of the night, when I went to go get my Sony camera and look for it in the basket's empty. And where is my camera? In the trash can.
What?
30 beer bottles. Yes. I didn't tell you that.
Wait. Back up a second.
Okay.
How did you know it was in the trash can? Did they say we threw everything away?
Because I saw the empty I saw the empty bin, and then I looked in and I saw, you know what? There's a trash can right here. There's nothing else in this hall. So I looked in it just for the hell of it, and I had a green stick, like a selfie stick, kind of long thing that goes up. That thing, I could see it in amongst the beers and the trash. I was a little pissed off. I don't know what that was about, but
And it could have got damaged, could have got wet. Was it only your camera, or did they throw other people's cameras in there as well?
a cell phone in there as well.
Wow, man.
Who the hell did that? And I can't think it would be a fan that would do that. I don't know. And I
No,
didn't say that.
it was the people that it was the people that confiscated all the cameras. They must have been the one to throw all the shit away.
I don't know, but it was just bizarre. Like, what the fuck, you know? So I tried to wipe that out of my mind. And you know what? Here's the thing. You got three guitar players to kiss on that stage, and it wasn't going to be perfect. It's, it wasn't rehearsed. Things like this, they're doing it for fans. And I don't expect perfection, and it wasn't, by all means, there were stops and starts here and there, but I think most people went away from it happy and like, wow, that's pretty cool. But the shit that I saw online was not what I experienced. It's little drips and drabs of things, but they weren't there for the whole thing. So
Yeah, it was mixed because there was some people that said I was there and it was great, and then there was some people that said I was there and it was confusing and it was a letdown. So
right. So and
like
about it afterwards, and everyone was like discussing and here and there, but nobody was dwelling on it like this sucked. I wish I got my money back. No, everyone's just like, we got three of the Kiss legends there, and that's cool. And this probably will never happen again. So just be glad you're here. We're all having a great time. Fuck it.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people, and look, I said, me judging through a cell phone, little clips, I wasn't there, so
Yeah.
I ain't got the full effect. I just saw it as it's Vinny. It's it's not the Lick It Up Creature Vinny. It's Vinny's Invasion stuff, and doesn't appeal to me. So that's why I was kind of like, even if I was there,
Yeah.
and seeing, him going, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's no different to me seeing a video on Sammy Hagar and going to a Sammy Hagar show. I'll still feel the same way because I'm not into it. But for the people that are into that stuff, that were there and that enjoyed it, I get it 100%. I get it. I get it. It's something that you love and you got to finally see it because that's something that, just the whole scribbling thing that how long, what was that, 15 minutes or so of the scribbling stuff? That, I mean, I'm sure people that are into Vinny were in heaven seeing stuff like that.
I think it was also a time period, that was big, that was a thing back in the 80s, so in his to Vinny, that he remembers that as being thing to do, and people love it, and they do.
Yeah.
What he's doing for.
Okay, so then we go to the final day, which was Sunday. What went on Sunday? Expo in the daytime, obviously.
Oh, in the daytime, Sunday was the meet and greet that I stood in, but I went in and out for things. Ron Keel was there. My friend, my friend Mickey wanted to meet him and see him. I don't know if he was joining a group up there or whatever, but I was trying to hold my place in line and do various other things. And let's see what else. Oh shit! After Vinny was Quiet Riot, and that was later on though. Quiet Riot was a big thing, and before that was Peter Criss. So Vinny meet and greet, Peter Criss, and then Quiet Riot. And then Bruce Kulick and his band did the whole Revenge album. That's what happened Sunday.
Interesting. Quiet Riot played, what, 40 minutes or so?
40 minutes. You saw them recently, didn't you?
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. I mean, I'm kind of like a stickler of like, yeah, I didn't actually see Quiet Riot, but it was so much fun. And Jizzy Pro is such a great frontman, you know?
Yep. And it sounded awesome, and they were great and tight, and it just was a perfect combo. I was real happy with that. Real happy with that.
Right on. And Bruce's band did all the Revenge. Did they add any other tracks?
Nope. It was all Revenge in order. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a big Revenge fan, and I missed on.
Neither am I.
I missed Unholy, unfortunately. But man, I'll tell you what, Bruce is such a solid player, such a professional, and I wish I would have gotten to see Bob on one of these events, but he's awesome.
Yeah, Bruce's that dude that sings for Bruce is awesome.
Todd, yeah.
What an awesome singer, man. And great stage presence. He plays bass, I think, right? Does he play bass? Maybe I'm thinking, or maybe guitar, or whatever.
Yeah, the other guy that plays guitar, he does the Gene. You know, he sings all the Gene songs, and Todd sings all the Paul songs.
Tight, killer band. So anything else after the Bruce thing?
After the Bruce thing, it was like, and here's another thing I want to say. During Bruce's set, the promoter, the guy that took care of this whole event, Neil Davis, went around and he shook everyone's hand and thanked them for coming. And I thought that was the classiest thing. I wasn't expecting it, but Neil is really got it together and put on a hell of an event. And I thought it was cool. He just went around and shook everyone's hand and said, thanks for coming. So I was feeling sad because I'm like, damn, where did the weekend go? Like, I was feeling a little emotional. Even when they played God Gave Rock and Roll to You, and I don't like that song, I started getting a little, feeling a little sad. But it was a great weekend, and I've never seen anything like that. There was something happening every minute. There was no lulls. It was just something cool all the time.
So other than the little Vinnie Vincent part, everything ran smooth.
Oh, yeah. And, people guys get whiners here and there, like this wasn't promised or that. Like they wanted Ace to play those, the fan, but you can't do everything. I mean, the guy did put on a show, a huge show, in my opinion. And I think it was amazing. And especially the Expo, the amount of vendors and things. God, it was amazing. And they also had a comedy. I didn't tell you that. On Sunday around dinner time, there was a Craig Gass and your buddy, what's his name? What's his name? Is he?
Oh, yeah. Is he Presley?
Yeah.
You met him, right? You met him.
Yeah.
I really hope you had your tetanus shot.
Oh shit. Oh, that's the guy you told me about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's got weird diseases. He's got the monkeypox. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, he was cool. And Craig Gass and
Craig Gass is hilarious.
You're waiting for our shuttle, and who walks out? But we got the chick from the Addams Family went with her husband, who's a Kiss. She was just a guest. She played. I wasn't a big
Wednesday.
Yeah, the little girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From the original. Wow, cool.
And I didn't.
Courtney was there. Courtney Cronin.
Yes, I saw her on the stage as well.
I love that. That woman is just pure class and funny. She's hilarious, and I noticed she was there too. So that's awesome. We had the same lineup the last time I went to Nashville. It was Courtney, Craig Gass, and the guy from that metal show, the one with the sideburns, that dude, and Izzy.
Yeah. Yeah. What
I know you have fumigators going to your house next time. Have them spray you down because you did meet Izzy, you know.
That's true. And he gave me something. He gave me his lighter, so maybe I ought to toss that too.
Fumigate it.
Yeah.
Light that lighter on fire. No,
Yep.
Izzy's all right. I mean, we
Yeah.
we goof on each other a lot, but fact of the matter is that he's an all right dude. He can't help it that he sucks and I rule, but we all can't be perfect like me.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, Nina, anything else? Anything else you want to talk about?
Um,
I hope you don't forget anything because you'll be like, damn it, I wish I would have talked about this.
no, I just I think it was I would like to know how many people think this is going to happen again, or do you think all three of them would do this again?
You know what? It would be wise because, but I
So,
mean, Vinny needs a goddamn band, man. He needs a band,
yeah,
to go up there, but I don't think he's going to come through. I don't know, man. But, a lot of people speculated he wasn't going to show up,
right. And
and by him showing up, people were like, hey, man, it might have sucked, but at least he showed up.
yeah, and everyone has an opinion. Oh my goodness, they do. But like there was a crappy comment. You talk about the pickle whistler comments, and I'll tell you, there was one that said something rude on my page, and then he said, but to each his own. And I thought, that's okay.
Yeah, no, man, I stress it so many times, man. Even Sammy Hagar fans, Vinnie Vincent Invasion fans, man, I totally respect anybody that likes those bands that I despise. I don't know. I just find it insecure to be an insecure to attack somebody for liking something you hate. There's an insecurity there.
Yeah,
I really do feel like, oh, you're offending me because I like it, man. Anybody that says whatever I like sucks, I respect that. It's like, and the thing is that, I do like a lot of things that are very, very universally hated in music. Kiss is one of them. There's a lot of people, believe it or not,
yep,
that just can't stand Kiss, and I get those comments all the time. And when I see shit like that, Kiss sucks. I leave those comments there. But
yeah,
when I see a comment that says, fuck you, you idiot, you like Kiss, therefore you're an idiot, they're gone. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
yeah.
It's, I don't know. I'll never understand. I just don't get it. But yeah, to each its own is right. To each its own was. Some people like to complain about, oh
Right.
man, you don't like what I like. That's a certain type of idiot. And then the people that are really cool are the ones that say, I love Sammy Hagar. I love Vinnie Vincent's Invasion. But to each its own. See, those people are awesome, man.
Right. Had he not used to each his own, I wouldn't have felt that way. So
Yeah, he ends it with that, because
understand what you say, what you mean when you talk about this stuff.
yeah, I've seen it too many times. People just, I mean, bash the hell out of whatever I love, and they end it with that. Hey, man, but everybody's got an opinion, or to each its own. When I see that, it's like, right on, dude. Express your feelings. Express how much you hate what I love,
Right.
but do it respectfully, and therefore I don't send you to the doghouse.
Right. But everyone was kind to each other, obviously, at the expo. There was no crap or any of that stuff.
No, Kiss fans are tame. They
Yeah.
are. Not, I mean, Kiss fans that go to, that would shell out money to see Creatures Fest and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, they spend a lot of money, so they want a good time. And, the best way to have a good time is not to cause problems,
Let
not
me
to rock the tank.
let me ask you a question. If you if this happens again next year, just like as it was advertised, would you go?
No. I would go if it was local.
Okay.
I just, it's not as appealing to me to jump on a plane, and I rarely do that. I mean, the last time I wanted to do it was for Frank Marino.
Right, right, right. Yep.
And that, and but the thing is, Frank Marino's a bucket list band. I've never seen him. I've seen Ace. I've seen Bruce. I've seen Vinnie Vincent. I saw Creatures, Lick It Up, and him open for Alice Cooper on the first Invasion album. So it's got to be something that I've never seen before, a bucket list for me to jump on a plane and go anywhere. So it's not like, oh, I wouldn't do it for that. I just wouldn't do, if I've never seen Ace or Bruce or Vinny ever, I would go.
It's in Tampa. Would you do it if it was in Tampa?
Yeah, I would, because I know a few people that I can tag along with, and I don't have to waste that gas money. I just tag along in the car. So I would do that in Orlando, even, yeah, I guess anywhere in Florida, even Jacksonville. I'll travel 6 hours, but as long as I don't have to drive and go with a bunch of friends, because I love road trips. But going to Nashville, I got to get on a plane, and I've had bad luck. There was one time I was held 9 hours in the airport to go to Nashville, and then there was a delay coming back on another time. So that's the thing, when you jump in a car, there's no delay or nothing like that, unless there's traffic. But no, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't do it. Now, if my awesome loyal subscribers were to donate for me to go and get me a plane ticket and hotel, fuck yeah, I'll do it. But
good answer.
Yeah, that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
It sounds good.
All right, so that's it, Nina. Right? Anything else? Nothing else?
Thank you for bringing me on. Oh, and I want to say I got a good interaction with Chipsy Nuff, and he did an interview with me. It's on my channel.
I saw it and I loved it. So check it out, everybody. And there's going to be a link below in the description for Nina's brand new. And I also want to thank every single person that subscribed to her channel on my first Heavy Metal Kitchen video. And I saw a lot of comments the doctor sent me here. I mean, people are the best. I love how, people are, they see what I say and they do something about it. And everybody that missed that video and you're watching this now, come on, Nina rules, man. You need to subscribe to her channel. And I dig it. She does all this cooking shit. I mean, I'll be honest with you, your little cooking things will be more appealing to other people. I know if I try to do one of your cooking things, I'll burn the kitchen down. I'm bad at that. I can only cook eggs and steaks and a couple other things, everything else I microwave. Yeah. But it's also entertaining, though. I do watch it. It looks delicious.
You see the French toast? That's a good one. The French toast. Making love and French toast.
Yes, I did. That was a recent one. That was before you went to Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did watch that. I watched the Chips Enough interview, which was super cool.
Yeah.
And you got more coming up. So subscribe to her channel and press that little notification bell so when you put up, you got a lot of footage at Creatures Fest, right?
But remember, I'm not, this is all new to me, video editing and all this. I am not, this is like, I'm going outside of my comfort zone doing this. So I'm learning. So if I suck, you look at the first one I did. Hopefully it's getting better.
No, I don't think it sucks. I think it's great for a first attempt. I thought it was fucking awesome. I was like, damn, if you're going to start off like this and only get better, because that's the thing. It's all, trial and error. My videos, you look at my early videos, it's so dark you can hardly see me. And, you learn little by little, it's just a learning process. And, I started, whatever, and now I'm a YouTube god.
Yeah. I met a lot of fans at the thing, at the event as well. And they had nothing but things to say about you. They really did.
Well, they're awesome people. Everybody that's, the thing is that if you're awesome, you subscribe. So my subscribers that are awesome should subscribe to Nina. And, because I have a lot of haters, but they're not Well, that's a lie. I have a lot of haters that are subscribed to me, but the haters, and here's what I should say this, this should close off the thing. Haters are very important on YouTube, because if you don't have haters, you're doing it wrong. You need haters. Never ever get offended by what somebody says to you, because you gotta understand, when somebody goes out of their way to attack you, you're a complete stranger to them. They're hiding behind a computer screen. You can't get offended by people like that, because these are people that have shitty lives, and they want to take out their anger of how shitty their life is on people that they see doesn't have shitty lives like them. So they get upset. That's basically every single hater, is people that are not happy in life, and they want to take out their anger of what a piece of shit they are on other people. That's science.
Yeah. All right. You got it.
Thank you so much. And again, Heavy Metal Kitchen, right down there in the description.
The Heavy Metal Kitchen.
The Heavy Metal Kitchen. Don't forget the. And subscribe, man. I would totally appreciate it. And again, thank you so much to everybody that did when I put up that first video. I love all of you that are helping my friend out, because Nina is a really good person that you got so much good karma coming to you, and already has come to you, that you need this the Heavy Metal Kitchen booming on YouTube, so I support the Heavy Metal Kitchen, and so should all of you. Thank you. And thank you, Nina. You rule.
Thank you so much. See you later.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you say SHMACKEMAGOB?
SHMACKEMAGOB.
Bang, bang, pizza skulls, Nina.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.